Hello, ma'ams, and misses. Ma'ams, and misses. Anyway, okay. So this is going to be top 11 Artorias. Artoria, plus my boy here. Artorias. Artorias. I don't like these four. I'm racist against aliens, okay? I get it. Jeez. Don't gotta be in my ass about it. Damn. God, I got like 20 minutes into recording the last video and my fucking PC updated itself. Whatever. We're gonna be doing these 11. And yeah, we're just gonna be ranking them. Disclaimer, this is just my opinion for starters. Second of all, uh, this list gets really murky past number 5. Like, honestly, you could switch around any of them except number 1, which we all know who number 1 is, by the way. Oh, we all know who number 1 is. Oh, yeah. Oh. Anyway, yeah, let's just get into it. This is just gonna feel like someone looking at Wikipedia. Okay, now this is a surprise to literally nobody. First of all, Path Where Flowers Fall. Yes, this is actually, you know what, I would say that this is one of the skills in the game, but however, since it does give you an NP charge and helps her capitalize off her heal, I do think it is an alright skill. Now let's actually look at her stats. I forgot to do that first. Low attack, relatively high star absorption, somewhat high gen. She will never use these stars, by the way, in case I didn't mention that. They're never gonna help. Especially with her low attack. Look at this grill attack. I feel bad for the fucking loser that got her to fucking grill 20. that would... Oh my god. I don't want to imagine. That sounds like fresh hell. No, I feel like I'm on the FBI list. Anyway, she has a star. She has a star bomb. She's never gonna use the stars. NP charge. That doesn't really help too much, but it's nice. Healing received. Help her survive. Mana burst. It's mana burst. Journey of Flowers. It's Robin's. It's fucking Golden Rule E. Like unironically, just Golden Rule E. And her NP does 0 damage, gets no bitches, and can't even Buster Loop like basically everyone else here. See what I mean by the no bitches part? But for some ungodly reason, someone at Lasagna decided that they wanted her to be able to survive a little bit. So they gave her a health boosting skill. So whatever you've got here, like a 2k, it becomes a 3k for those of you completely inept at math. Now, honestly, I think you could switch Lily and Santa Alter. Santa. I think you can switch these two in conjunctions with each other, but I do think Santa Alter has better support capabilities since she's just not healing herself. And her heal comes with the star gen, so that's nice. A star gen that isn't affected by upgrades. Hey, you don't have to upgrade this skill, I'm just saying. And then you've got, I fucking forgot the stats. Okay, she's got the new highest attack we've seen so far, the highest, some of the highest absorption in the game. That's more than Achilles actually. Achilles got like what, 198? Yeah, something around that. I guess she has star gen. Yeah. She's got an instinct with stars she'll never use, and a weak mana burst. I will give her this. Her NP will hit slightly harder, and she does maybe have Buster Looping capabilities because of her free return policy. I am not going to be talking about this one. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the next two too much. Now, Lancer Altar. Look at this design for starters. Look at how fucking cool this bitch is. Black horse, white hair on the horse, red eyes, fucking badass armor. Oh my god, badass armor on the lady too. Look at that spiky spear. And that fucking gown or whatever it's called. The armor looks cool as hell. A dragon helmet. Fucking. Need a sip of Wawa for a moment. Oh my god, that helps so much. Oh god. You might mistake that for crack. It is not. Now, we ascend her, we assume her to look even cooler, right? Nope, she just took her helmet off and showing us our legs. You know what, that's fine, she still looks pretty cool, I guess. And any more than this, I think I would be demonetized. I can't show you guys stage 4. Like, we all agree that both the Artoria Lancers, like, they just look stupid, right? It's so dumb. Now, she has the highest Buster Up in the game by 5%. I forgot the stats again. Okay. Best star gen we've seen so far. Relatively high attack. One of these star absorbs in the game, and I still don't know how to read NP charges. Nice. Just gotta... Not a lot of hits in general. Breath of the Dragon. Now, I don't know what the point is in making this 3 times for 3 turns. I guess it's like a protection from arrows kind of thing, but like, you get an NP charge with it, so like, why not, I guess. Of course, it's always nice to have for 3 turns, for 3 times, and I mean, 3 times for 3 times. Who gives a shit? Nobody has her anyway. Anyway, it allows you to have more options outside of just your NP, so that's always nice. Crit damage. Yes, this is why we gave them Instinct, so they could get a little bit of extra crit damage in. And this is one of the only characters here that's able to get good crit damage in, and yet she still managed to be worse. It's kind of sad. So she's the only one here, one of the only people here, that has crit damage. Like, for 1 turn though. For real. And of course the weak charisma we've come to know and love. And a hard-hitting Buster NP that ignores defense, seals NP, and does curse. I have no idea why this does curse damage rather than, you know, like, give us some NP, but I'm just saying, like, you can always refund us for, like, at the very least 10 NP, but, you know, that's just my humble opinion. Anyway, I'm sorry for that, boys, and potentially female, in which case, respond to my DMs, please, kitten, and... Alright, moving on. Best of the worst. Salter. Oh boy, here we go, boys. Pretty high absorption. That's the sun. Oh my god, I'm a fucking genius. Highest attack we've seen so far, by the way. Good star absorption. Pretty good star generation. Still can't read these. Just drop it. Fuck it. Okay, there it is. Okay, basic mana burst, nothing special. Instinct. What have I been saying about Instinct so far? That's right. Yeah, that's right. When did the strengthen happen, actually? Let me just pull up with the strengthening quest here. 2020. She just had instinct for 5 years. She had to. She has to have been the last person to lose it too. Like, think about that. Okay, you know what? Whatever. It's fine. You're back with Salter. You've got higher star, bomb, and NP charge now. Good. You're one of the boys now, Salter, and of course the weak charisma we've all come to know and love. Promised victory, Excalibur Morgan. This, honestly, I'm just gonna be upfront here. Salter's just a budget Artoria. I still hate saying Artoria. Oh my god. Can we call her Altria? Yeah. Yeah, let's call her Altria. I don't know why people say Artoria instead of Altria. It rolls off the tongue better. Altria. Altria. Artoria. Artoria. Altria. Yeah, it's way better. It's way easier. And she has had 0 What? What? No, I didn't mean to. God damn it. Does it do anything? No. Does this do anything? I mean, you guys didn't see that from me. I'm not simping for them on top. Oh, spoilers. Oh, anyway. Yeah, Salter, 100% just a budget Artoria. She does everything Artoria does, but slightly worse. Her mana burst is slightly worse than hers. Her charisma is slightly worse, and her NP charge is slightly worse. Her damage is basically the same. No, her damage is slightly worse. And her HP is slightly worse, but there is one regard in which she stands out, and that is her costume is infinitely better. Next. You'd think that Artoria had the most costumes in the game, but she's only got the invisible air one. Okay. Now this is the last of my confident picks on here. This is the last last of the most objective. Okay, now we're starting off with a lower attack value than Salter, which will be made up for later since, you know, she's not, keep in mind, she's not bad, she's still a 5-star, she's still fine. Okay, absorption, pretty good gen, and then you've got Royal Bunny. I will talk about this later, but charges NP, evade for 1 turn, and then after 1 turn she gets attack up for 1 turn. Fine. It's okay. Ishtar does that, even if she does that way better than this one. Thought I'd stop for a sec. Okay. Royal card. This is the only command card support in the game, except for, like, actual Artoria. She excludes 1 person's deck cards from the deck, increases everyone's NP generation for 1 turn for 30%. Not that good, but you know, that's nice, I guess. And increases everyone's crit damage a lot for 3 turns. Nice, she's a pretty good support, right guys? Like, I mean, come on, how can you pass that up? And then she just helps herself with those stars. What the fuck, man? Why you gotta do me like that? Now, this is where everything becomes really weird. Before, it just seemed like she was a support with a bit of DPS capabilities. Now it seems like she's a support that wants to take all of everyone else's DPS capabilities. Which is so weird. Okay, so overall, we've got a 70% attack buff. The weakest being the delayed one that only lasts for 1 turn. Which is weird again. So, she's overall got a lot of base attack. She's not helped by the fact that she's a ruler. She actually suffers from that quite a bit, considering it's a fairly defensive class. There's a lot of mixed stuff in here. She tries to take over so many jobs, but ends up failing at each one of them. But she's still pretty good. She's a 5-star. She can do a pretty hefty margin of damage, and she can support fine. But then her NP comes out, and everything gets confusing again. It is a Buster NP. Keep in mind, I still have no idea what quick NPs are supposed to do, aside from just hit like freight trains. Gabe Bulk, Swallow Versal, Billy, Gun. Yeah, I'm kind of a Neanderthal brain in that fashion. Slipping over my tongue trying to think about it. Here, let me just... Y'all heard nothing. Now our NP actually doesn't hit very hard, especially compared to every other NP we've seen thus far. However, I do think this is somewhat supplemented by the Buster Up, if you ever at NP5. Which nobody should. If any of you have an NP5 Artoria ruler, I pray for your survival. I honestly, I cry for you, man. Like, we're good, bro. Like, everything's fine, man. You don't gotta do that to yourself, bro. How much did you lose? Oh my god. Okay. So let's tackle all of our problems in order. I think this is the longest I'm going to talk about any of these guys. I'm going to be eating my words, aren't I? Okay. So, she has a lot of attack ups. One of which only lasting for 1 turn, giving her a most substantial attack up. She's a ruler, so it's not in her best interest to be focusing on her base attack rather than her crit, which she can't do too well since she only absorbs for 1 turn, which implies that she is able to get crit damage out. However, again, it's only for 1 turn, and her crit up is party-wide. You see how things are getting kind of weird? And she's able to remove someone from the card pool. And, well, you know, you're either going to try to take someone out, just someone else out, so you can get her damage, or take her out so anyone else can do damage. But then she also still has her support, or crit absorption, and her own, she can't boost everyone else's. She's weird as hell. However, she's still alright since she's a 5-star, so don't burn her. Now this is where I get more murky in my picks and much less confident, actually. Most of you will have me hanged at the gallows for this one, but our girl, the man, the myth, the legend, Artoria Pendragon. Oh, Saber. Where do we begin? The stats. Relatively high attack, or actually that's completely normal now that I think about it. Relatively high star absorb, okay star gen, low hit counts, but doesn't really matter too much. Pretty average charisma, mana burst, fuck that, dragon reactor core, increases her own buster, and then make her NP do more damage for 1 turn. Good, good. And then turn all of her command cards into busters. Fuck yeah. We can control the command cards here. I think that's a pretty good factor for her. Pardon. Oh. Look, more stars she won't use. Yeah, that's pretty funny, yeah? Nah, Radiant Road. NP gauge charge. Let's go, boys. Excalibur hits like a freight train. Helps her buster loop. Yeah. Not too much to say about Artoria. She's really basic. She can farm with buster looping if you're a whale. She really wants to get her NP out. You do a lot of damage, I guess. Star Bomb's always kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, this is kind of why I put her at the bottom here. She's the most basic out of all of these guys. Even more basic than the people we saw before. Like, she just wants her NP. And if you really want to, she can bust her loop, but like, my G, are you really about to do that? She also has the weirdest costume in the game. It's just like invisible air, but white. Yeah, no, I don't. Anyway, moving on. Artoria Archer. Oh boy. Nice. Pretty high star absorption. Not as good star gen as we've seen before. Like some, yeah. Pretty good hit counts, all things considered. Summer Splash. Increases her art's performance for 3 turns, increases everyone's defense for 3 turns. Solid. And this is what enables her to spam out her NP, but we'll get to that. Protection from the Beach House. It recovers her own HP, but reduces her NP by 10%. That is nothing to her. Beach Flower. Party-wide fucking charisma, and if it's used on male allies, they will have higher star absorb. So Fuma and what's his face, Kurstar get massive, big stars, big star energy. Oh boy. Oh, here we go. Excalibur Viviane, one of the strongest NPs on this list, and basically the reason I kept her back here. Now, she is the best arts looper in the Archer class. I'm pretty sure. Better than Emiya, better than I can't think of anyone else actually. I think she might be the only one. Considering it only hits one enemy, it has a pretty high return rate, which I think helps her out quite a bit. Because she can spam this motherfucker out pretty well, and it hits pretty hard if I do say so myself. It does also charge her NP by 20, making it easier to loop. And she has that arts up. She's also able to 5 pretty good, especially since you're going to be pitting her against Sabers anyway, so she's just going to be taking 70% less damage in total. Not 27, 70, I said 70. The heal is nice to have. It reduces her NP gauge by 10%, but if you have any amount of overcharge or have 0 NP, that is 0 problem. Oh my god, she's just really good. This is where all the this is where they all get real good. This is where they get real good. Overall, she's real good. She can spam out her NP for a lot of damage. She's a budget Daskri and Murmas. Anyway. Okay, here we go. I think this is one I actually do have to justify. Relatively low attack for a 5-star. Pretty okay health. Really high star absorption. Somewhat laster. Woo. Anyway. Summer Sweeper. Increase her attack for 3 turns for 30% and increases everyone's quick performance for 3 turns. Decent. Okay. Skill. Reduces someone's skill to cooldowns by 1 good skill and increases their star gen for 3 turns. Good skill. And when you strengthen it, it gives them max HP up for 5 turns after 1 turn. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Now, coaching, you'll normally be wanting to use on her, so you can have more uptime on Summer Sweeper. And Reloaded. Oh my god, I love this skill so much, it's so fun. So, back when I made my JP account, I don't know how many of you actually remember that, when I did the stream, after I started leveling it. I think I abandoned that account already, I fucking deleted that shit. I played around with Salter a lot on there, and it was just so fun. It was when she had a raid up, I think, a while back, like 2 months ago, most. Not even actually. I did not realize that Reloaded was only for one attack, and I was wondering why, shit was happening so crazy. Anyway, uh, having one turn of crazy crit damage to user NP on, that's good. That's always good. Overall, it's a 50% crit boost. Quick boost on a 3-turn cooldown. Solid. Plus, you can reduce that cooldown with coaching. And Summer Sweeper just makes it do more damage. Independent action is also of note since it's like a flat 12% increase to crit damage. Cicada Morgan. I don't want to try to say that again. Okay, hits like a freight train, gives you 10 NP back for, in case you want to, use it again. Oh, woo. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, no, no. Anyway, she's solid. She's good. Trust me. Trust me. Okay. Now this is where I think I get a little controversial here because a lot of people seem to think that Artoria Saber is better than Artoria Lancer. I have to kill those people. Okay, your Stargen's actually higher than Artoria normal. Star Absorb is about the same. She has about the same amount of hits too. Oh wait, attack. It's actually slightly lower as well. But I don't think it hurts her too much. Basic Mana Burst. Torrent of Light. Yep, that is just the sound of me swallowing. Anyway, it's a Mana Burst that murders the hell out of Chaotic Evil people. This is for me what pushed her up here. This here. Chaotic Evil Destruction. The absolute murder, even if they aren't full Chaotic Evil, that's still 50% extra damage against someone who's just Chaotic or Evil, and that's not scarce at all. Basic Charisma, Protection of World's End. Huge NP gauge, and, move debuffs, you feel like, that's nice, I guess. Rongolium mad, oh boy. NP return, hits everyone for 2 attacks, and ignore envy. That's it. This is what makes her better than normal Artoria for me. It's the ignore envy. Also the chaotic evil damage. That's also it. It's basically just extra chaotic evil damage, the higher NP charge, the ignore envy. Yeah, she's just everyone we've seen before, but better. Anyway, the best before the best, Arthur. I don't know how controversial this is. Do I know? You know what? No, not do I know. Okay. I was thinking so hard on which of these two is better. Arthur or Lancer Artoria. I really could not get an answer. But I do think, in full, that Arthur is slightly better. Slightly. I think, with a small change of opinion, anyone could think that Artoria Lancer is better than Arthur. Sign of the Red Dragon. Buster performance for 3 turns. Jesus Christ. And increases NP gen, so he's able to spam out his NP, and he's got some arts cards to help him out. Oh boy. Instinct. Please. Now, what if we were to use those stars? Oh yeah, baby, crit damage up for 3 turns for 50% and a star bomb of 30. That shit slaps. And just super large extra damage plus an NP charge of 20. Yeah, it's basic stuff. Yeah. Now Arthur is less concerned about Buster looping and more concerned about murder. He does slightly less, slightly. He's one interlude away from doing more damage than everyone else here. That I will talk about his stats in a sec, but that's something I gotta mention for this. Okay, he's got some of the lowest NP damage multipliers in the game. What's with that? Why'd you put him above everyone else? That's so weird. He increases his own NP damage for one turn. Oh, that's yeah. See why I did that, Junior. However, that's not what pushes him over the edge. It's the fact that he has the highest attack out of every Artoria. Oh, I see now. Yeah. He has the highest attack out of all of them, which means he's going to have the highest multiplying factor. Plus, he's able to spam out his NP easier, considering he has more critting capabilities, and his NP gen gets pretty high. Plus, he's able to do a lot of damage with it in general. Did the playlist just fucking kill? Oh my god, the playlist just fucking hung itself. Jesus Christ. Oh my. Scuff video, my bad, whatever. Arthur is basic like Artoria, but he can also just murder super large beasts. Beasts. If you see something really big, just hit it with this and everything will be fine. Also, he can just do a lot of crit damage since he has Buster up for 3 turns that'll be up for most of the fight, MP Gen that'll be up for most of the fight, and crit damage that'll be up for most of the fight. He's just good. Now, for the least controversial one, and one I probably won't even have to talk about for very long. Have we only seen Busters here? No, Artoria Brighter had a quick NP. Man, that's so weird. Yeah, this is one of the 2 Artorias who has not had a Buster NP. That's fucking crazy to think about. Now, stats really don't matter for her. Get out of here. Charisma of Hope. The highest charisma buff we've seen thus far, with an NP of 30. Oh my god. An NP of 20. With an party-wide NP up. NP gen up. Everything here is party-wide. I forgot to mention that. Anyway. Sword of Selection. Oh my god. This is the skill that enables every looping to happen in the game. This is what engaged Muramasa to her. Oh my god. Art's up for 50% for 3 turns. Special damage doesn't matter. Nobody gives a shit. Envy for 1 turn. That's what gives Mr. Mura his... Yeah. Also, she has a crit resistance after you complete one. It doesn't matter too much. Also, she's able to increase her crit damage for arts cards by 10%. Yeah, it's there. So she's a looping monster. We sort of creation, Avalon the Fate, yeah, whatever. Caliburn around. Oh boy. Increases party attack a shit ton for 3 turns. Removes debuffs. And anti-ignore envy. It's envy for however many turns that does not get affected by ignore envy. And this is one of the only Bonsies that I think matters, because attacking NP Gen up for 10% while she's on the field. That's spicy. That's so spicy though, I can't even lie. Oh my god, that is so much Bond now that I'm looking at it. I just got to set. Oh my god, I need 1 million. Okay, so that's every Artoria ranked. Damn, that was actually a simpler video than I thought. I thought this would be like an hour long. Well, yeah, see ya.